analyst. Diane King-Hall is with me, taking a look at more of the movers. And we start off with a price target from Micron this morning, and Diane has that for us. Good morning, Diane.
Speaking of incredible run, Micron has had an incredible run so far this year, and just adding to the gains, adding to the momentum this morning off the back of a more bullish opinion from Citigroup. They've raised their price target to Micron to 275. That's up from 240. They keep a buy rating on this one. This stock has been a huge outperformer in the S&P 500 year to date. We talk about the record seeing in the S&P 500, but how about Micron? Part of what's driving the bullishness, memory chip prices. They see them soaring. Citi's expecting DRAM prices to jump 25% in Q4, which would be the biggest quarter-over-quarter increase since the 1990s. Keep in mind, over the past couple of weeks, spot prices for DRAM have surged nearly 50%. That's, of course, fueled by AI demand and the limited supply. So Citi thinks Micron's earnings could rise double digits this quarter, which would be a huge lift in a single period. You know why DRAM matters. It's the short-term memory of computing. It's essential for things like the laptops that we work on every day, the cell phones that we hold in our hands, and more importantly, AI servers, which we know we've seen increasing demand since the beginning of this AI supercycle in 2022. So Citi believes that AI companies will soon lock in long-term contracts for DRAM, and so they believe there will be big beneficiaries. So more than, say, just the NVIDIA, AMD, and Broadcom, they essentially see Micron continuing to be in the driver's seats as one of the major global players when it comes to DRAM. Nicole?
All right. Well, look, with the Micron here, which has been a winner this month, a price target hike there, 275 from Citi. We also look at Keurig Dr Pepper, which had its earnings and guidance.
It did, and it's got a win today. Shares are moving higher, and it certainly needed this win given how shares have performed so far this year. So adjusted EPS came in at 54 cents. That was actually in line with expectations, but revenue coming in at $4.31 billion. So that was better than expected. They've also raised their full year sales growth to the high single digit range. That's up from the mid single digit range. They reaffirmed their profit growth guidance. So you're seeing some signs of life in the coffee segment. That rose 1.5%, modest, but it is an improvement. So some perking up there. Growth mainly came from higher prices on K-Cups. That helped offset lower brewer and pod shipments. Management said the pricing moves were necessary to counter inflation. So we've been wondering when and companies have been walking this tightrope about how much do they pass on the consumer, what they eat. And so it looks like Keurig Dr Pepper has made a decision, at least in that segment, to raise some prices there. But that wasn't where the big growth came from. Refreshment beverages is still the standout there. Sales up more than 14%. Strong consumer demand in that segment. And then there were also contributions from the Ghost energy drink brand. That alone contributed almost half of the growth that you saw there. And you saw an increase in both demand, so volume was increased, and they had some pricing power there. So it shows that there's some strong execution on that front there. Keep in mind, of course, we have that big deal on the horizon for Keurig Dr Pepper with, they've been trying to, they're planning to spin off that combined coffee business that we know the way they came together was merging coffee with hot and cold beverage, essentially, and now maybe separate will be better for them going from here, Nicole.
Yeah, nice move there. It's the best performer in the S&P 500. Supermicro is second. That had a price target hike. Last but not least, some M&A activity in the biotech sector. Tell us about that.
Yeah, $12 billion. That's the price tag Novartis is paying to buy Avidity Biosciences. It's part of Novartis's push to expand in rare disease treatments and offset future patent expirations. Avidity, that's a biotech that's working on RNA-based medicines that target rare muscle disorders. Shares of Avidity, we've been watching that one make a big move today. Right now, it's up more than 40%. That's essentially because of the premium that Novartis is paying to buy it. Novartis has been going on this biotech shopping spree, so this is the latest feather in their cap for them, and their push to address what may be some shortfalls when these patent expirations come up. And then in taking a look at shares of Novartis, those are under a little bit of pressure, which, Nicole, you and I know often happens with an acquirer that ends up being a little bit because they're putting cash to play.
All right. Well, a lot of movers there for you, and I also was talking about the price target hike for Microsoft. We're seeing the Mag 7 all higher today. Diane King Hall, nice to see you.